As you can see, I finally got some snow. Not very much snow, just a skiff of snow, but it's really pretty, and I'm grateful for it, even though it's not much. I'm still hoping for a big snow so me and Corey can make that snowman that we made a pact about. But even though it's not much, we're still going to get out and stalk around in the woods. We're really big believers in breathing the fresh air for your health. Makes you healthier, but also just makes you feel better, makes you feel so good, makes you sleep good. I remember when Corey and Katie were little, when I first had them, when they got big enough to toddle around, I quickly noticed that the days that we spent time outside, whether it was summer or cool, I wouldn't have took them out in this cold weather till they got older, but even a cool day where I bundled them up, they slept so much better that night. It really does something for you. It's really good for you. So Corey and Austin are here. Of course, Katie is. So we're all gonna just go out into the woods and see what we see, get some fresh air, and just enjoy the beautiful snow. Ridge pine?
Yeah, I was going to try to get some of it, but I'm not going to today, I don't guess.
It's a whole stump, right? Is the whole thing ridge pine?
Yeah, mostly down in here it is. Up here, up higher, it's not. They come up here and saw that off and make it flat on top, and then the bees are to get slivers off of it every time we come by.
The whole trail right through here is just covered with sweet gum balls. This is a sweet gum ball. It looks really pokey. It's not really that pokey. This is a fresh one though. This is one that's fell off this year's tree. You can tell by the kind of the reddish color. They get dried out, and they are sharper when they get dried out, but nothing like a chestnut or something like that. One year me and the girls collected them, and then we dipped them in glue and then put like glitter on them, and then you can just dip them in flour too, and then makes like a little Christmas ornament, like a little Christmas ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm carrying a backpack and a bag, and I just oh, I didn't. got a little rich to it.
More rich pine, also called fat wood, lighter wood,
Lighter pine.
pine knot.
Yeah, fat lighter.
Fat lighter, lots of different things.
Ain't a whole lot in that, but there's a little. It'd get you a fire started if you had to.
You can see the beech trees. They've not lost their leaves yet. I always think they look like this time of the year when they're pretty much the only one that's not lost their leaves of the ones that do. Of course, not evergreens. I always think they look like a Christmas tree. It's not been, no one's took its decorations off. It still has its gold decorations, and they just shine through the woods. So we made it back from our snowy hike. Wasn't much of a snowy hike, but at least there was a little snow, skiff of snow.
Dusting.
Yeah. So a skiff of snow, I'm sure you know, but in case you don't, just means about as much snow as you've seen in the video. That's a skiff of snow. I've heard that my whole life, haven't you, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Sadly, I've heard it my whole life because we mostly get skiffs of snow instead of big snows.
Yep.
I'm still hoping for a big one. A lot of times, though, our big snows are in February, so I'm always hopeful. And then by the end, if in February it don't, it's the outlook starts to be like there's no snow, then I'm like, okay, it's over. Let's just bring spring on and gardening and all that.
The biggest one ever was in March.
It's true, yeah, it's true.
It was massive for us.
It was really big. Me and Matt were dating then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It still had even snowed back that far back,
Yeah, that was a big one. But Granny was right. She said it's going to snow.
And she was right.
Yeah, of course it didn't come a big one, but still it's so nice to be outside and breathing the wonderful air, and it's just one of our favorite things to do, isn't it?
Yeah. It's cold, but
Yeah.
it's good for you to get out in the cold air and walk and exert yourself, and instead of just sitting here eating all the time, it's good to get out. It's good for your body.
Yeah. It's our favorite thing to do, and it's not very exciting or anything, but just noticing whether it's like today where the snow had ponded on the whether it's a white pine or a hemlock or whatever, holly tree or the laurels, or just how the creek's flowing, maybe a pretty rock.
Finding the tracks in the snow and trying to figure out what it was and where it went and what it was doing. And it's just interesting. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good simple stuff.
Matt's always, whether it's cold like this or summer, looking for rich pine, nature's own fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always keeping an eye out for that.
I always like to try to collect it every time you find it and just put a little in your bag, and you've always got some.
Yeah.
What we found today was, of course I wasn't looking hard, but it wasn't all that good, so I didn't keep any of it. But I've got plenty of it here.
Yeah. We use it to start fires, me especially, because I'm not as good at Matt as Matt is at starting them.
Well, I use it too just because it works so
Yeah.
well. It don't take much of it.
No.
Just I don't use like sticks of it.
No, just scrape or
Right.
shavings from it.
Just enough to
Yeah.
get your kindling going, and you tinder whatever it is you're building the fire, and it'd last. What I've got would last the rest of our life that way. What I've already got collected.
Yeah. But we keep collecting it.
Well, I like to have
Yeah.
I like to have little pieces of it that I can carry with me.
Yeah. We
You never
love to
know.
just, I love for Matt to find it and I just stand there and sniff it. It
Yeah.
smells so good.
Yeah, it's so strong, but it
Yeah.
smells good.
Yeah, it's got a good smell. And we live in a place where it is very plentiful.
Yeah, it's abundant. A lot of
Abundant.
some years ago, the pine beetles got in here and killed a whole lot of the pines, and
Yeah.
so there's no lack of it here. If
Yeah.
you just got to know how to find it. Yeah.
And we have a video where we went and found just purposely to find rich pine one time, or I don't remember what it was about. It's about rich pine though. I can't remember if we were just looking for it or if we were just out and about like today, because that's one of the things that we love to do. But I'll link to it so in the description below so that you can go visit it and learn more about it if you want to, if you're interested.
I think just getting outside and in the natural world and away from the TV and the phone and the computer is just, it's good for your health.
Yeah. It kind of helps you reset yourself somehow, reset your mind,
Yeah.
put you back in touch with the natural world, but also with your, I don't know, with reality, the real reality.
Right. And there ain't no bad news out there.
Yeah, yeah, you feel so far away from everything.
I enjoy it. I used to when I was young. Down below our house had a permanent, like little lean-to camp that I used to, and especially in the summer months. I didn't do it much when it was super cold in the winter, but I'd go down there and spend the night when I was 12, 13 years old, just by myself, and build a fire and cook and sleep under the lean-to by myself, and I enjoyed that. And
He's pretending like he was a mountain man.
I guess, but it's, it's good. That's how I learned,
Yeah,
and it's just good to practice those skills.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you'll ever need them, and I hope I don't ever need them, but I like to have them.
right.
If you can make yourself comfortable and keep yourself fed and warm and dry outside, you can get by. You can get through pretty much
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, on our way out, we kind of made a big circle. When we was coming back up the hill, I told Matt I was sure glad. We were talking about we had a good time, we had fun. But I said I'm sure glad that our children enjoy it as much as we do.
Oh yeah.
And Austin does too. We consider him now our, he's our son-in-law, but more of a son. But he loves it as much as Corey and Caddy do. So I'm glad we never had to beg them or plead with them or anything to go camping or be outside or go fishing, any of those things.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah,
We were
they
so
were-
busy and we didn't have
Yeah.
time, and they was trying their best to
Yeah.
get us to go outside and go do something.
Yeah, they stayed outside from the time they got up to the time it was to call them in the evenings.
And that's the way I did, and you did too, I guess.
Yeah.
I certainly did. When it got dark, that wasn't necessarily any reason at all to go in for me. I just stayed outside
Yeah,
until somebody come
Yeah.
looking for me.
right. And I know everybody can't do that today. People
Right.
live in, I mean, I wouldn't let my kids out if I lived in a populated area. No way.
No.
So it depends all on where you live, but I'm thankful we lived in a place where Corey and Katie could experience that.
Right,
It teaches you so much about being, I mean, by nature, but also just, problem solving, like Matt said, kind of taking care of yourself. And
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
being able to take care of yourself
yeah,
that's a basic human skill and an instinct that everybody should have.
Yeah.
And it's there. Everybody's
Yeah,
got it. They
that's
just
what I
don't.
was
They
gonna
just don't
say,
see
we're-
it and don't know it.
I believe people have it. It's just you've got to nurture it and
Right.
let it have an opportunity to actually come forth, I
Right.
guess. I wonder if our hot chocolate's heated up there.
I hope
I'm
so.
wanting some hot chocolate. Better let you hold it. We stayed gone so long, I didn't realize how long we'd been gone. And then I was like, my goodness, it's no wonder. I was thirsty. I wasn't really hungry. But I said, it's way too late to eat dinner. We're just going to have to wait on supper. Uh-oh. Did that burn you?
A little bit.
Trying to do too many things at once.
Yep, that's all right.
Very good.
It's good.
That's good. Hits a spot after stogging around in the cold.
I've been out being out in the cold, it was like 35, 6 degrees with a little bit of wind, which is not all that cold, but
No.
your body's trying to work to stay warm, and it makes you tired. It absolutely wears you out. When you get back home and get in where it's warm, you can tell how tired you are.
I said we'd all sleep really good
Yeah.
tonight.
Yep.
Being outside, even in the summer, being outside makes me sleep better.
Right.
Something about the air.
I noticed that at work. If we have to work outside all day and when it's really cold, even if I'm not working that hard, I am so tired in the evening, and it's just your body working to generate heat to keep you warm. I mean, it wears you out.
If only we'd get a big snow and I could sled, build a snowman. It started snowing when the amount we got, which wasn't much. It was what, 5 o'clock yesterday evening, something like that. So I didn't get to watch it. I love to watch the flakes, and this was a little bitty hard flakes though, real fine. Anyway, I didn't get to watch it long because it got dark, but I love to watch it out the window. See those big flakes fall.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I know all you who have snow all the time think I'm rather silly for my love of snow. I know you're right, a lot of you have said, and it's totally true, if I had it all the time and I had to put up with it, and where it gets dirty and they have to scrape the roads and it piles up, I would soon get sick of it too, I know. But it is kind of a novelty since we don't often get it.
Right.
And Matt was talking about, of course, the blizzard of 93, was that it? But Granny, her birthday's March the 6th, and she said when her mother always told her, Gazzy did, always told her that the day that she was born, March 6th, it was such a big snow on the ground that it was up to the porch, level with the porch, and that they didn't think the doctor was going to be able to get there to when Granny was going to give birth, Granny Gazzy. So that was a big snow in March too, if it was up to the porch, even with the porch.
Yeah, it's a big snow.
Yeah.
And it used to snow bigger here back then.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just don't now. Or it did where I grew up, it snowed bigger than it does now.
Yeah. Just cycles, I guess.
That's what I think it is.
We did see lots of deer tracks, though. Lots of deer trails. Unfortunately.
That's a good thing. Keep you fed.
I don't know. I'm feeding them my hard work.
We will discourage them from that,
Yeah.
one way or the other.
That's the next thing on our agenda, is thinking about the garden, and I've got to get my cabbage seeds started. I need to do that really directly, because I can't believe how fast time goes.
It's already mid-January.
I know. It's just getting away from us already.
Need to get that thing right there going.
Yeah, my grow shelves that I used last year, they worked so well. I need to carry it back upstairs and put it in the warmth where it stays warm, and we can keep an eye on it. And of course, it'll probably do pretty good right here by the heater. Only the design of it would be better if it had one more shelf right there in that wide part.
Yeah.
I guess they did that because they think you're going to leave stuff in it, but of course
Leave
for
stuff to grow and get
seedlings.
tall.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate's good.
Yeah, it just hits the spot after being out in the cold, and especially since we missed dinner. I just didn't realize we were gone that long. We had a really good time though.
We did. Well, we wasn't gone as long as you think. It just took so long to get started.
Because of your two girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Waiting on a Woman.
Yeah.
That song about that.
Yeah, I think there is.
That smart man wrote that song.
Yeah. You don't have to wait on me that much.
No, not really.
But your daughters, yes.
Yeah. They have no concept of on time.
I have to wait on them myself.
And you can't say nothing to them about it either. You get your head bit off. I learned that.
They start teasing you about picking your nursing home, don't they?
They do. Yeah. They tell me to be careful. They're the ones picking my nursing home. If I want a good one, I'll hush.
And of course, they're just teasing too.
I don't know about Katie. I wonder sometimes.
She's more fiery than Corey.
Yeah. Yep. She must get that from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, since we've let the day get away from us, I guess we better go get started on supper. What are you gonna make?
We'll grill some chicken. And
Let me make some cheese fries.
yeah. And salad or green beans or something and some kind of bread.
Okay. Bought some extra bananas for banana pudding.
No mercy.
I don't know if now that it's late in the day, if I'll get that made or not.
No, you can't throw that out there and not make it. That's
Yeah.
that's just cruel and unusual
Well,
punishment.
if I don't make it today, I could make it tomorrow. But I like banana pudding. I'm not crazy about it, so I generally don't make it very often. Matt does like it though, so I probably should make it more often. But I like it when you first make it and it's warm, and the crackers, vanilla wafers are still crunchy kinda. That's one of my favorite time to eat it. And then I'm not much crazy about it after that, but you love it.
I like it kind of like I do that orange cake.
The orange cinnamon bread.
Yeah, whatever.
You could have it any time.
Golly, that stuff is so good.
Yeah. Frankie Chastain made the best banana pudding I've ever
It was good,
ate.
yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't matter. Hers could be cold and it was still good. She just had magical touch.
She could cook anything.
Yeah, she had magical touch about anything. Her biscuits were really, really good too.
Oh gosh, yeah. She was a fantastic cook.
She was. And such a happy person.
She was.
Yeah.
One of the finest humans I've known.
What would Pap call them? The old guard.
The old
Which
guard.
he was part of them too. He was
Yeah.
the same age, but
Yeah.
they're
But
all
that-
gone when you get to thinking about them.
No, it is right. I mean, it's that generation and age of people just different than people are now.
Yeah. We're losing them fast.
Yeah. And we're about to be the old guard.
Yeah, we're about to be the old guard. Yeah. I think life lessons makes you have that when for most people going through life. I mean, there's just, you can't if you're a parent or a grandparent or tried to ever advise a young person, they can't understand fully what you say because they've not experienced life.
Right.
You know, they just can't understand it. They can try to take your word for it, but I remember being there and trying to take Pap's word for it, and you just can't quite grasp what they mean. The only way you can is to live it.
Right. Absolutely.
And experience the joys and the heartaches and the frustrations and all that teaches you so much. But then by the time you get to be those older people like that, that's what makes them so
It's like trying to learn
so
something
precious.
out of a book.
Yeah,
You don't truly know it until you've done it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's you can't master
Experience
anything
is
out of
the
a book.
best.
You just have to have the experience and your
Yeah.
hands on it to totally learn something.
Right. That's true. Well, we hope you enjoyed spending time with us today, stogging around in the snowy woods. Not much snow, skiff of snow, but it was still beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Still very refreshing. And then sitting by the wood stove with us. As always, we hope you'll just keep dropping back by to help us celebrate Appalachia, which I would say is a lot of the things we've done today. The family, the being outdoors, the beautiful. Appalachia has a landscape that is so beautiful. I will never tire of it. It's always just one of, never do I get tired of looking at the mountains and the trees and the creeks and the rivers, deep dark hollers, all of it. It's just a lovely, beautiful place to be. Good.
Yeah.
Alright. You want some more hot chocolate? Come on.
Dab left, go ahead and get it. That's good stuff. You're also the hot chocolate queen.
Tank stove. Banana pudding.
You can wait and do it whenever. You don't have to do it soon.
Yeah, it would be good.
Just whenever you'd like to do it, dear. You got plenty to do without making me pudding.
Austin would enjoy it too.
Stuff feels good.
Oh gosh, you just need a cot down here to lay beside it.
Now there is one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about that thing.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd have to measure it, but that would work really good in the back of the truck.
Would it?
Camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be handy.
I mean, I don't know how handy it'd be as far as hauling it and everything the way it is, but I might be able to do a little work on it and make it kind of break down to where you could
Yeah,
haul
where
it,
you
but
could.
still be together.
Yeah.
When I was young, Daddy built some bunks that would go in the. He put them in the back of the truck, and they stayed there, one on either side, right over top of each fender well, and the center was open. And then when we went camping, we'd sleep in the back of the truck on those cots.
Oh, that's neat.
They just made out of plywood, but they worked good.
Yeah. Keep you out of the weather and off the ground.
But now it's a full-size truck too,
Yeah. Oh,
and mine's not.
we ought to try to do some camping this year.
Yes, we should. I need to get a. I was trying to figure out. You know, I thought about buying a camper, but they're so ridiculously expensive, and then the availability of them is ridiculous. And I need one small enough that I can pull. And then I just thought, nah, just get a camper shell and kind of do like that and stay in the back of the truck.
If you could, that's the main thing we would need. Just a place to, where you sleep and you're not on
Yeah,
the
we're not
ground.
gonna hang out in a camper.
No,
we'd be
right.
outside.
And then you're such a wonder with tarps. You could tarp the stuff, but if you had a table or whatever, but just to where you felt like at night that you were closed in,
Right.
away from the elements and
Away
the
from the
animals
boogers.
and the boogers. Yeah. Yeah. Several times, well, not several, maybe about 2 or 3 times. One time I took Beverly's 4Runner, she had an Explorer,
Yeah,
but when we go to Rattler Ford,
right.
and me and Corey and Katie just slept in the 4Runner. Of course, they were little then, but we just put whatever. I guess we put a mattress. I can't remember what we put back there, but something, maybe an air mattress. And that was fine.
And you could do that in my truck and just
Yeah.
put up a big tarp like I did that
Yeah.
time when you were camping,
Yeah.
back the whole truck under it.
Yeah. You just feel more secure if you were closed in by the, like the 4Runner, or if you had a camper shell. Heck, we can take the 4Runner though, lay it down, lay the seats back. Yep.
No,
No.
no,
Why?
cause
What we'll probably have to do is take both, so then we can sleep in one, and whoever else can sleep in the other.
yeah, we'll be having people tag along.
Yeah. I like to go for a week. Wouldn't that be nice?
I would too. just cook out on the fire or whatever every night, and then after eating, sit and watch the fire.
Yeah.
Be nice if we go somewhere we can fish and eat some fresh cooked fish.
Yeah. What about over there? Of course, staying in Indian, we like to stay there, but where we went to dig ramps, remember those people that was camped in there in places? That was way back. Off the beaten path. I guess that's just you just first come, first
I would say
serve.
so,
You
yeah.
just have to go find them. I bet you, I mean, you even have to pay to stay there. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you just have to. And most of the people, if you noticed, that was there, is like they was there. I
Right.
mean, they was going to stay 2 weeks or something.
Yep.
Time to get to work.
Yeah, we better get with it. Oops.